Oh boy, we are live. We are live. Back. We are back at it again after I don't know how many relapses, how many sleeps, how many falls. Sometimes I fall asleep. I was listening now to a very beautiful song, Digging on You, TLC, and I am digging the sin, digging on you, digging on me, oh, baby, it's on. And I'm thinking like of making it, man, of going to Los Angeles and making it. You. But before I do that, I wanna clear everything. I mean, everything from my past. Everything, everybody. I don't know, man. I don't know. I wanna move forward. I'm gonna move forward because I'm gonna move forward with my life because I feel that I have reached into a point as a what am I? Songwriter, producer, singer, mixing engineer, mastering engineer, cover art creator. Um, yeah, so I am all these, let's say, artists, right? So I have reached into a level as an artist that I believe that I am, with what I have, right? With what I have reached into something called maximum level of insecurity because I'm trying to reach perfection, and perfection you cannot reach. So, but the core of all these things, all these, it's not what I want it to be. The core of it, wait, let me give you a second. Okay. So, the core of it, it's not how I wanted it to be. And why is that? And it is very, 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 very simple. I just wanna hypnotize you and relax you, right? Because I haven't moved forward with my life. I am not writing songs that have a substance of love, a substance of eroticism. But everything else, I mean the chords, the structure, the mixing of it, the mastering, the presentation of it is on top. I don't know if you know like a movie, it's called Fight Club. So we are going to get a scene from Fight Club. And spoilers alert, right? So if you don't wanna ruin your beautiful movie experience with Fight Club, stop watching the video right here and go and watch Fight Club and come back. Fight Club is a movie starring Brad Pitt, Edward Norton, Leonardo DiCaprio. No, I'm kidding. Imagine like if I started like saying like about all these movies and their names, but with different actors and different directors, everybody will be like, "What? Wait, what? Oh, this guy right here. He's like directed by Stanley Kubrick, starring Jack Nicholson, right?" So no, David Fincher, director, super, 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 super duper. He has also directed Seven and my favorite with Zook. I don't remember the name. The Social Network. Masterpiece. So, you are the worst thing that ever happened to me. Marla, the female protagonist, the so-called situationship slash whatever, like girlfriend or whatever, of Tyler, the main protagonist, and actually the narrator, says to the narrator, right? Because it is she says to him, "You are the worst thing that ever happened to me." And now this guy narrator, played by Edward Norton, he basically is a failure in his life, a total loser, a bum. Charlie, it was you all the way. A bum, and he's basically a schizophrenic guy, psycho. Delulu, tralululululululululu. And he created a persona, and he named him Tyler Durden, and it's played like by Brad Pitt. And in fact, when you see it as a movie, how beautiful Fincher created mental illness. It is so beautiful, man. It has a sense of darkness to it, and the way that he created the mental illness of schizo, like multiple personality disorder and all that stuff. Basically, you are someone, and then you invent a new persona, and you do stuff and all that. It's not that beautiful. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not that beautiful. It is dark, right? And it takes a lot of energy. You know what I mean? And in a way, it fucks you up, right? It fucks you up. So, this girl, Marla, got into a situationship, and she wanted like a relationship out of him. Basically, sometimes he was like the Tyler, and sometimes he was like the narrator, and she was like confused, and she was like, "Wait, what in the F is happening right here with that guy?" And you discovered in the end that it wasn't two guys, but it was the same guy. So even you as an audience, you are effed up. You are like, what the fuck is happening? Never mind. And Marla is getting crazy, right? And she's like, "You are the worst thing that ever happened to me." But the way that, I don't remember like her name, she delivered it so beautifully. "You, Tyler, you are the worst thing that ever happened to me." And she was like so disappointed, so defeated by that situationship that she had with him. And basically, she might have had Tyler, right, Brad Pitt, gave her like a good fuck, right? And you know like how women are, when you gave them like a good fuck, they immediately like. And I would guess that in the character's mind, in her fantasy and all that, she was like, "Oh my god, this guy Tyler, he's so cool and all that, and we're gonna get into a relationship and move forward, and etc., etc." So she had like all these dreams, and then all these dreams fell apart, and she delivered that line to him. And then I think by the end, they kind of hold hands, the whole world, the whole city gets destroyed, and the narrator, after he got into a fight with Tyler, he holds hands with her, and he's like, "Oh, you met me at the very you met me wait, I've written it. You met me at a very strange time in my life." And it was like an apology to her for what he did to her, for the way that he got her into all that situation, right? And in a way confused her and all that stuff. And I would and I'm ending. No, now it's the sauce. After 9 minutes, almost 10, and after 9 years, almost 10. I wanna say bitch. You destroyed my life. No. Uh, but sometimes, like we live in a hookup culture, right? And nowadays, it is so easy for people to get into relationships and one night stands and cheating and manipulating and having like a rotation of people. And ladies, you too. Like not all of you, but a lot of you play very dirty. And so don't try like to portray the angels and oh, it is the fault of men. In a lot of situations, yeah, but not in every situation. And we live in that Western civilization that has created that thing, right? And I believe that the best way for a human being is to find her soulmate, right? From a very young age. Like sometimes uh, with a good way, right? With a good way, with a sweet way, right? Sometimes I don't know like if it is the right English word, but I'm getting jealous of the generations that were way, 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 way before us, before, because these people like they married right from a very young age. I won't say that it was perfect that time, right? But I really believe that they married from a very young age, right? And even when we began living in the society, we had that, oh man, like we have everything, right? Because people want to make money, right? They told us like, oh, you have everything. You can watch unlimited pornography, right? You can have it everywhere, right? Oh, you can have sex with everyone, everybody, like sexual freedom, right? You can have like your girlfriend, and then you can have like this girl and that girl, and you can go, fucking go, and you can do everything, and you have no obligations and all that, and freedom, you know what I mean? And it really comes, all that freedom, it really comes and f's up your soul, you know what I mean? Like it is so distractive to the soul. It is so distractive to the soul. It's like eating candy, right? And in the beginning you're like, oh wow, it's so sweet. And then you keep on eating, and then you might become overweight, or your sugar is like on another level, and your teeth, they have problems. So you know what I mean? But the people before our generations, they might them they might look to us like, oh, these people, they didn't taste life, right? They didn't taste the sweetness in a way, like they just like had like one sexual partner forever, or like two, or whatever, maximum three, and that was it for them, right? Oh my god, what kind of a life was that, right? But then you see that their life and their mental health, they didn't suffer from mental health issues. They didn't have any mental health issues, right? Because from a young age they built the families and all that, and they lived together, and it might look, oh, it's boring and all that, but it was actually the right thing for their soul to do. And now we and the next generations, because it is all going downhill from here now on, but we are like, oh, we have the freedom and all that. And you look at the society everywhere, you look at the internet, you look real life everywhere, everybody's like depressed, catatonic, they are fighting battles that even if you think about them, they are kind of imaginary, so to speak, because at the end of the day, when you have like house, food, yeah, you pay the bills and all that, right? You might not be like the billionaire, trillionaire, whatever, but you have things, right? If you are not materialistic and all that, you see how you live, you pretty much live like a great life, right? Compared like to a lot of people. But yet you are like, oh man, like I'm struggling and I have all these problems, and everybody, like almost everybody is like that. And it is because of sometimes of that freedom. It's like the same freedom as with narcotics, right? Imagine if narcotics, if drugs were like free, right? And everybody went and, oh, don't worry, you can taste like heroin just once, right? Imagine if we lived in that kind of society. And we live in that kind of society when it comes to sex, right? Oh, you can watch porn, just sexual education. Like they teach kids corn. Oh, it is sexual education. Don't worry. Like, yeah, look at it. It's nothing. Like, we live in a world without filters, without anything. It is everywhere, right? And what I want to say is that sometimes even like the toxic, the toxic, we call the exes, or like for me, like women like who came like to my life, I almost call them all at some point in my life like toxic girls and all that. And I blamed like the culture, right? And I said to myself, oh, like these women, but I had also my fault, right? Because I wasn't I wasn't there, so to speak. Like my soul wasn't there. My soul was like filthy. And if your soul is filled with filth, how can you fall in, how can you experience uh, erota? In Greek it's erota, eros, eroticism. How can you experience that when your soul is filled with filth? If you go and you eat like from the trash cans, right? Whatever you find there, because you are hungry, right? And they have told you that even though it doesn't taste good, right? Through time you will learn like to appreciate the food in the trash can, right? So you start doing that, and then somebody gives you like a plate of salad, right? And it is vibrant and all that, right? And they give you like the plate. How can you like eat from that plate of salad and be like, wow, how beautiful the tomato tastes, right? How great the cucumber, or like whatever, like it's so vibrant. How can you appreciate the vibrance of it when you have when you have been taught to eat from the trash can, right? First of all, your taste, your sensors, your taste sensors wouldn't like understand how vibrant that plate of salad is, right? And I guess that also goes like for the girls, right? Because the girls, they also experience that, so to speak, in introc in indoctrination, right? How can you say that? Initiation of the hookup culture, right? And everybody gets into it and everyone gets effed up. Almost everyone, not everyone, right? Almost everyone. And then everybody, and they move. This girl heartbroken, this guy addicted to corn, this other guy um, heartbroken, this other guy psycho, this other girl addicted to corn. She's about like to release her OnlyFans page. This other guy, this other girl, this other girl, this other, and they all get into a situationships, one night stands, dun, and all that is getting effed up. Everybody getting effed up, and the years pass by, and the more effed up they become, and then some of them they decide to settle down and to get married, and they are effed up into their marriages because they have each and every one of them they have their past and their past trauma from all those other situationships, relationships, whatever, and they pass it on to their kids, etc., etc. But the generations before us, yeah, they used to be like more tough, right, and more, and the upbringing of their children was like more tough, more like dominant, do as I say. But they didn't have all that sexual trauma and all that loving trauma that the new generations are carrying. The new generations, they might be like more like, oh, because we read a lot of books, we know how like to raise a child, and now it's like it is very, you know what I mean, like, oh, let's treat each and every one with care and love and all that. But when it comes to love and to, you know what I mean, they carry so much drama, so much. And you have like, then most of them they kind of um, divorce, right? They divorce and they become single parent households, and the kids, they suffer from that, even though they do not realize it. And then the cycle keeps continuing, and I don't know where it is going. But in the distant utopia, I think it will be like that. There will be no more families, as if we keep continuing like that. It will be like, oh, okay, let's put the sperm on this lady and multiply a child, and then let's raise that child. And maybe it will be like from where it used to be like a team, a society of teams, like families. It might become like a society of individualism, right? Everybody alone, everybody for her own thing and whatever. And yeah. And also, do not blame the messenger, man. I used to blame the messenger, these girls, because I couldn't like see the message that they carried, right? And sometimes it was like one girl might have carried like a message, hey, you stupid fuck, stop watching that filth because it f's you up. Or like this other girl, hey, hey dipshit, don't, uh, you need to work on your self-esteem. Or this other girl, she might was like, hey, hey, you numb fuck, like, work on your uh, work on your happiness, like, be happy, like, stop being like this depressed shit. be aware of who you are. Like, you know what I mean? Like, each and every one of these girls, like they hold it like a message, like, like this, when you used to be like young, and oh, here, get the message, and you open it up, and it's like a middle finger. Fuck you. I wonder. I wonder what this message means. You know what I mean? What should I fix? And yeah, when you start looking at it that way, it kind of changes the whole picture. You know what I mean? But I strongly believe, I still, even after all these years of isolation and all these years of heartbreak and all these failures, I still believe in love, man. I still believe in true love. Call me pathetic, call me whatever you want to call me. And I will always preach about real love, real falling in love, man. We used to, we used to, we used to read about it. We used to watch it. You know what I mean? Like, boom, real love, real falling in love. You know what I mean? Living in it, right? Not that kind. I don't wanna that. Oh, you know what? I went through all that as before, as I used to like say about like situationships, one night stands, failed relationships, whatever. And now you get married after all these, whatever all this was. You try like to settle down. I don't want to experience that, man. I really want to find the one like and fall in love deeply. You know what I mean? Like, and be like, oh man, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. All these poems that I used to read, these books, these movies I used to watch about love, and now I'm experiencing it finally. You know what I mean? That's what I want in my life. I don't want to be like, oh, okay, let's find now a wife and then just like settle down. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like falling in love, man. Falling in love. The real thing, the passion. Where's the passion? You know what I mean? The passion. This is the love of my life, the real love of my life, not like some dumb bitch who didn't want me. No, but you know what I mean? Like the real love, real love. Not even that. You know what? Oh, I am like with this girl because I don't want to be alone, and to tell you the truth, I kind of don't like her. Or like the girl, also the girls, right? Oh, I'm like with this guy because I don't want to be alone, and out of the 5 losers who DM'd me, he was like the least loser. You know what I mean? Like, real love, man. Real passion. La pasión. Who says that? In the Dexter. The guy. The policeman. Real passion. La pasión. So, yeah. And I might be like the worst thing that ever happened like to some of these girls, right? But what was the message that I was carried? No, but what was the message that I carried? That's the real question. And I'm leaving you with that. So, peace.